Okay, so the next one that we're talking about in regards to try to get those appointments is being able to send somebody letters, okay? You can send letters by fax, you can send the traditional way via snail mail. So your letters typically will not get you that initial appointment because the likelihood of you being able to get a physician to actually take some time to actually open up your letter and to read it fully can be a long shot, but you still should utilize it. I use letters to create an introduction and to be able to increase the chances of the doctors opening the letters. I've done and added a few techniques to be able to make it easier. Number one, when I send letters, I don't put the name of my home health agency as the the letter coming from whom. When you write from or towards, I will always never put the name of the home health agency, because what will happen is if you put the name of your home health agency, when a physician opens up this letter or looks even at the envelope, or the receptionist or the office manager, most likely they'll put it and toss it in the side of the pile of papers where they will never open, or just go ahead and just recycle that. So your letter should be very catching, and remember, it's never ever always effective. But what I love letters about is for follow-ups, and we'll discuss about that later on. But anyway, so one of the techniques that I'll do is I'll never put the name of the home health agency. I will literally just go ahead and it'll say from my name, my first name, and not the last name. Most of the time, typically, I will use my home address as the letter from where it's coming from. I never use a P.O. box. I do have a P.O. box for several other businesses, but I will never use that for any letters of inquiry for introduction. Other things I've done is when I'm sending it to a doctor, remove anything that says that you are aware that they're a physician. Remove the doctor part, remove the MD part, okay? Because typically when a physician sees that in a letter, or a physician or any other person or social worker, when they see that, that means the first thing they're thinking about is, you got my name from a list. So you want to remove that, okay? Another thing is, I've gone to Office Max and I've also gone to Office Depot before, even Staples, and I've had stamps made. And what I would do is I would have a stamper made in red ink, and in it will say top secret. Have you ever seen the movies where they exchange information from top secret, from CIA or from the FBI, and on the front of the envelope it says top secret on it? That's what I've done before. Top secret. Because what happens is it's in red, and when you send that to someone, it says top secret. They want to wonder, what's so secret about? Maybe I should just open it. The goal is to get them to open the letter, okay? Other things I've done before to make it easier as well is I try to make sure that whoever I'm sending it to, I want them to open up the letter. I don't want anybody else in screening my letter, screening my information. So what I would do is I would also, and I've also had stamps made where it says, for your information only. Okay? It says, for your information only. What that does is it prevents the other person who screens the letter to open it. Okay? You're trying to say is, do not open. Okay? Another stamp I have had made where it's really in large letters, it says confidential. And it literally says confidential. That's it. Confidential. And whenever I would send it out, I would put a confidential stamp on it. Okay? What this does, it does the same exact thing of the top secret stamp. It literally tries to attract the person to see this letter first, to see this envelope first. Another thing to add to any letters that you're going to be sending is this. Do not purchase envelopes from Office Max or Office Depot. Don't purchase those white, okay? Those white envelopes or those brown envelopes. Spend a little extra money. You're already wasting some money and putting some money in stamps. You're already investing in those. Purchase a nicer envelope of a different color. Preferred colors to use is purple or red. Once again, preferred colors to use is purple and red. The reason why red would be a good choice is for the reason that it stops people in their tracks and makes them look at the letter. It makes them wonder. You want your letters to look different from the other stack of papers and letters and postcards that they're already receiving. So my true suggestion is make it stand out. In addition to that, if you're using stamps, don't use stamps that are forever stamps, okay? If you are using forever stamps, I mean, I'm not talking about those forever stamps with the American flag on it or the rose on it, okay? I want you to use stamps that are customed. Okay, you can use stamps.com, for example, to have some custom stamps made where you can put a photo of a physician, you can put a photo of a senior citizen, or you can buy forever stamps at the post office that, you know, the new car that came out, the new Corvette collection, or anything else that makes the stamp stand out. Okay, so it just adds an extra second for a person to look at the letter. So imagine if you have a letter that says confidential, okay, and it's a purple envelope. Then you have a cool stamp on it, okay? Imagine how that stands out compared to the white, okay, the typical white envelope or brown envelope, and the typical, you know, either Pitney and Bowes automatic printed stamps or just those typical American flagged forever stamps. Letters are important, are great to be able to create that initial introduction for your company. It's very good with preliminary. It must be eye-catching for the other person. Later on in the presentation, I'll probably share with you guys my postcards. You know, how to be able to do direct mailing postcard advertising that's going to be able to make people stand out and actually look at what you're sending them. So letters are always great just for a quick preliminary introduction. It's great for follow-ups, but it's not always effective if you try to do it normal, like the typical other letters. So I want you to think about your letters and how to make it stand out. Another thing I want to be able to add towards letters is this. Send them cards. Send them a card. And here's a great way to a great technique to get a doctor to call you back. Send them a happy birthday card. Now, do you know what the birthday is of that particular person, whether it's a physician or a social worker or an administrator or director of nursing? Do you know their date of birth? If you know, really great. If you don't, go ahead and send them a birthday card. You can buy cheap birthday cards nowadays. You know, you can go to Michael's or you can go to Joanne Fabric or, you know, any of those craft stores. Buy one of those hand stamps that says happy birthday on it and send them a card and make sure you stamp happy birthday in the front, okay? Or you can just write out with your handwriting, if you have a decent handwriting, say happy birthday. Let's say you're trying to reach John, for example. Happy birthday, John. And inside the card, it's going to say, you know what, just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. And if it is your birthday, please give me a call so I can go ahead and send you your birthday cupcake. You can put your card in there if you want to. Now, what that does is this. There's two things. They're going to open it up because they said if it's not their birthday, they're going to be, oh man, why does this person think it's my birthday? They're going to open up that card, and I've had so many phone calls before where people call me up and tell me, Michael, it's not my birthday. And what I will tell them is this, well, great. I'm appreciating your call to me right now. What really is your birthday? But since it's not your birthday, I still want to bring you a cupcake. And at the same time as now that I have your real birthday, I'll make sure you get your birthday cupcake the right time. When will be a good time for me to be able to stop by to be able to give you some information about our company? So this is just another great way to be able to bring yourself in and to be able to get yourself that initial appointment and to break past what we call obscurity. Remember, you need to do everything you can for them to know you, to know something a little bit about you, to have been exposed to the name of your company, to be exposed to your logo, to be exposed to your name, so that when you do make a cold walk-in, when you do make that cold call, they may remember you a little bit enough to be able to pay attention. Letters are great at that.